5 things to do before you hit your 20s. Who wouldn't want to time travel and use their present knowledge to improve their future? I certainly know things that I would want to do when I got in my 20s. So, what are those things I wish I could do when I hit 20? In this video, we will go through those 5 things which I regret not doing in my 20s. But you may ask yourself, how can those 5 things go for everybody? Well, you have a solid point there. But there are certain universal experiences which go for everyone. For instance, here's the first thing that I would want to do the moment I reach 20 years of age: calibrate my expectations of full-time work. I did not realize that there is no guidance for actually progressing in your career. But the most important lesson at this point is that hard work breeds success. I know it sounds too corny, but unless you begin to really push yourself, there is little to no chance of you really making it big. The only person who can work wonders for you is you. And I don't know if it's just me, but it took a long time for me to come to that conclusion. The most important lesson that I wish I had gotten at the age of 20 was that only I could decide who I would want to become, and it was up to me when I would become that person. The next question is, what do you do when you do not know who you want to be? That is a very valid question. But again, that is no reason to just remain sitting where you are right now. If you have reached your 20s, you are already at the peak of your physical prowess. This time will not come in your future. So it is high time for you to start thinking for yourself. And when you start thinking for yourself, you need to understand that remaining comfortable will get you nowhere. So, let me tell you about a friend who taught in high school for more than 10 years. He always thought that he could do his PhD and teach at a university level. But it took him almost 10 years to take that stride. You know what he said when I asked him why did it take him so long to finally go for his PhD? He said he had gotten comfortable. He didn't really push himself. It was only after he got a bit uncomfortable when he realized his true potential. The potential lesson: make yourself uncomfortable, push your boundaries, see what really changes you, and also see if these challenges really speak to you. Had my friend went for his PhD 5 years ago, he would have been an assistant professor teaching someplace fancy. So, always evaluate your thoughts. Really see these thoughts for what they are. You have to analyze yourself and see if entertaining these fears really robs you of some precious experience, which could either make you or break you. Another important thing I would have told my 20-year-old self: save, save, and save money. Saving money is a very important life skill. We easily buy into the trappings of the customer culture. Saving money helps you to preserve precious resources and funnel those resources into a project you know will reap big incentives for you. But remember, those savings will only turn into viable investments if you had a calling you worked hard towards. If you really push your boundaries to attain a vision for yourself, then those savings will become the tool to build your future self. You could say that using that money could have given me great, unforgettable experiences. And again, you would be right. But if I know that saving that money is a sure way to get to a point where I could spend as much money as I wanted to and live guilt-free, then I think it would be a great trade-off. There is always something to be said for people who can delay their sense of gratification, and its importance is an important lesson I wish I could have learned. But this alone does not make up for the things I wish I knew in my 20s. Back then, I remember really soaking in all the bad experiences that life threw my way. When I reflect back on my days, I remember a little too much of the regret, a little too much of what I could have been. Failure is a big theme for when I was in my 20s. But guess what? Everybody fails at something. In order to succeed at one thing, you have to fail so many other things. That's just how life is. So friends, never feel let down by failing at things you want to try. Do not feel that you have to play safe in order to win big. The more you fail, the more you know how stuff actually works, and the chances of your success increase that many times. You can only do that if you're not comparing yourself to an ideal. Every person has their own unique journey, so it's unfair to compare your journey to theirs. Not getting this in my 20s is the single most depressing thing that I had to deal with. Just because some startup company struck gold in their early years does not mean that my startup company would replicate it. Working hard and focusing on your own path will ultimately lead to your success. In what important way do you think your life's journey is different from your role model? Feel free to comment in the section below. Also, do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next one.